This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, rain or shine has parted ways with Gian Mamuyac, sending its reliable two-way guard to Phoenix in a trade that could reshape both teams as the Governor's Cup continues. Meralco is calling for greater consistency in the PBA's new FIBA-style officiating after a controversial one-point loss to Phoenix raised questions over several crucial no calls late in the game. Eala received a hero's welcome from Filipino fans as the Wimbledon breakout star returns home before shifting her focus to the North American hardcourt swing and the U.S. Open. Lionel Messi inspired another Argentine comeback as the defending champions rallied past England to set up a blockbuster FIFA World Cup final against Spain. Ryan Garcia's first WBC welterweight title defense is officially set as he takes on unbeaten British challenger Conor Benn in one of the year's biggest boxing showdowns. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 16th of July. Now, here's our roundup brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the NST-IAC. Rain or shine has traded Gian Mamuyac to Phoenix as the Elasto Painters and the two-way guard failed to reach a new contract agreement. The PBA approved the deal that sent Mamuyac and a season 53 second-round pick to the Fuel Masters in exchange for a future first-round draft pick. Mamuyac's contract had been automatically extended until the end of the season, but his camp is now expected to negotiate a 3-year deal with Phoenix. The former 5th overall pick leaves rain or shine after establishing himself as one of the team's most reliable two-way players. His departure puts more responsibility on Adrian Nocum, Anton Asistio, Felix Lemeti, and Andre Caracut as the Elasto Painters move forward in the Governor's Cup. The controversial finish to Meralco's one-point loss to Phoenix has sparked a bigger conversation about the PBA's new FIBA-style officiating. Now, Bolts captain Chris Newsome and head coach Luigi Trillo aren't asking for special treatment, only clearer and more consistent standards moving forward. Here's our sports correspondent, Zeus Valdez, with the details.
Meralco's heartbreaking 98-97 loss to Phoenix didn't just end with the final buzzer. It also triggered questions about how the PBA is applying its new FIBA-style officiating, with both Chris Newsome and head coach Luigi Trillo seeking greater consistency and clarity. After the game, Newsome approached the officiating crew before speaking with PBA Commissioner Willie Marcial to better understand several late-game no calls on his drives to the basket. The Gilas Pilipinas veteran emphasized that he wasn't protesting the result, but wanted players to have a clear understanding of how the game will be called under the league's FIBA-inspired standards.
You know, I think it's important to understand what are the clear rules that we're going to play with, so that way we can adjust. You know, so that way it's fair for all teams.
Newsome said the key issue isn't a single call, but having a consistent standard that every team can follow throughout the conference.
That's all I want is transparency. And as far as like how we're going to play the games, well, we can of course go look at the film and see the fouls that they called, and then see that the same actions on the other side they get not called. But I understand the refs are different also. But you know, for me, it's just about holding a standard, having a standard to follow, and as long as everybody's on the same page, we go out and play basketball. So that's all I did is transparency and clarity for how they play this game.
Head coach Luigi Trillo shared the same sentiment, believing the game turned on several crucial possessions where Newsome absorbed contact without drawing a whistle, while Phoenix capitalized at the free throw line.
Our main guy, our star player Newsome, gets hacked 3 times and there's no ball. Those goals need to be made because those are decisions where you dictate the game.
Trillo said he respects the Phoenix effort but believes the league must apply the same standard on both ends of the floor, especially in the closing moments of tight games.
They got to the free throw line 3 times in those last 3 possessions, and we did not. You have to come down to consistency.
The PBA has been implementing more FIBA officiating principles to help prepare players, particularly Gilas Pilipinas members, for international competition. For Newsome, who has represented the country on the world stage, establishing a clear and consistent interpretation of the rules will benefit both players and officials as the league continues its transition. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Converge's import may have had its quietest game of the conference, but the Fiber-Xers still found a way to win. For head coach Delta Pineda, that's a sign of a team that no longer depends on just one player. Once again, here's Zeus Valdez with the details.
Converge may have escaped the firma by just 2 points, but the biggest takeaway wasn't Jalen Hudson's off night. It was the Fiber-Xers' ability to win without their import carrying the offense. After dominating in his conference debut, Hudson was limited to just 2 points as the firma's defense took away his usual scoring opportunities. Head coach Delta Pineda admitted his import never found his rhythm but insisted there's no reason to overreact.
Maybe yung import namin right now, hindi makuha yung niya, yung rhythm niya for this game. So, yun ang nawawala sa amin yung score nitong import namin right now for this game.
Despite the quiet night, Pineda said Hudson has already shown what he can do and deserves the team's trust.
Bigyan pa po natin pagkakataon. Last game naman nag-perform na rin naman yung import natin. So maybe this game lang talagang siguro po nanibago.
For Hudson, the credit belonged to the firma. The former TNT import said the Jeep were well prepared for converged sets, forcing him to contribute in other ways instead of forcing his offense.
I gotta give credit to that team. They played really well. They were ready for our scheme. They were ready for our plays. And I felt this game it was more of a assist game, more of a contributing game. So even some of the passes, I got the hockey assist. But I gotta give credit to the Nicholas.
With Hudson kept in check, the Fiber-Xers local core took over. Justin Arana exploded for a conference-high 31 points and 10 rebounds. Juan Gomez de Leaño added 19, while Justin Baltazar preserved the win with a game-saving block on Alvin Mariano's potential game-tying layup. The performance proved Converge can rely on multiple contributors when needed. Hudson also dismissed the idea that he is still adjusting to his role, saying the Fiber-Xers deep rotation means every player has to sacrifice for the good of the team.
My shot attempts are kind of low right now, so it's been tougher, but it's not about me, it's about the team. We got the win today, so I'm happy with that.
With a 2-0 start, Pineda said there will be no changes to the team's approach as they prepare for their next game. Converge now sets its sight on Macau, hoping to extend its unbeaten run while expecting Jalen Hudson to quickly rediscover the scoring form that made him one of PBA's most dangerous imports. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Terrafirma may have erased another double-digit deficit, but head coach Ronald Tubid believes the Jeep can no longer afford to keep playing catch-up. The Jeep rallied from 16 points down before falling just short 105-103 against unbeaten Converge in another heartbreaking finish. For Tubid, the problem isn't his team's ability to fight back. It's the slow starts that force them to chase the game.
Gusto yata ng mga players namin habol lagi eh. So ever since naman sa practice sabi namin na pag start ng game, we need to go hard na. Hindi na kami pag-magandang kapag
Despite the loss, Tubid said his team has shown it can compete against the league's contenders. Justin Strings led the way with a game-high 40 points, while the Jeep's local players found their rhythm late to give Terrafirma a chance to steal the game. Terrafirma had 2 opportunities to tie or win in the final seconds, but Justin Baltazar blocked Aljon Mariano's drive before Maverick Ahimisi's desperation 4-point attempt missed at the buzzer. Tubid said those plays were simply a product of the flow of the game, while the result was another disappointment. Tubid believes the Jeep are developing the kind of fighting culture the team has been trying to build. He said the next step is to maintain that same level of intensity from the opening tip instead of waiting until the second half.
Nakita naman na kaya naman eh, so matter of ano lang yung mindset na kaya. So, back to the drawing board again, back to zero against
Alex Eala received a hero's welcome from hundreds of cheering Filipino fans as supporters lined up for photos, autographs, and a chance to meet the country's tennis sensation. In a special homecoming event, Eala thanked Filipinos for their unwavering support, saying she felt their love and encouragement during every match of her historic Wimbledon campaign. One of the biggest highlights she looked back on was her spectacular diving shot during her stunning win over Iga Swiatek. Eala laughingly called it her Superwoman dive, saying it was a true never say die moment.
My Superman dive, yeah, Superwoman dive, and yeah, never say die. I mean, I just hope na may makakuha ng picture because it was too incredible of a moment not to take a snapshot.
Next up for Eala is the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, the first leg of her North American hardcourt campaign, before continuing the tournaments in Toronto and Cincinnati on her road to the U.S. Open. The Philippine Blue Girls suffered their second straight loss in the WBSC Women's Softball World Cup after falling to defending champion Japan 4-0 in Lima, Peru. The world #1 Japanese limited the Filipinas to just one hit, with pitchers Sakura Miwa and Mio Sakamoto combining for the shutout. Starter April May Minanga gave up all 4 runs in the first 2 innings, while reliever Mary Joy Alpiche kept Japan scoreless the rest of the way. Despite the 0-2 start, the Blue Girls remain in contention for a spot in the next round, but must sweep their final 3 group stage games against Puerto Rico, Great Britain, and host Peru. Argentina is heading back to the FIFA World Cup final after staging a thrilling late comeback to defeat England 2-1 and keep its title defense alive. England looked poised to reach its first World Cup final in 60 years after Anthony Gordon fired the 3 Lions ahead early in the second half. But with the match slipping away, Argentina turned to its biggest star. Lionel Messi sparked the comeback in the 85th minute, finding Enzo Fernandez, who blasted home the equalizer from long range to breathe life into the defending champions. Then, deep into stoppage time, Messi delivered again. After recovering a loose ball, the Argentine captain raced down the right flank before delivering a perfect cross that substitute Lautaro Martinez headed into the net for the dramatic match winner. For England, the defeat was another heartbreaking exit after surrendering the lead late in the match. Captain Harry Kane admitted the 3 Lions became too conservative after going in front. With a victory, Argentina advances to another World Cup final where it will meet Spain in a showdown between the defending world champions and the reigning European champions. The LeBron James sweepstakes continue to dominate the NBA offseason, with every comment and every appearance sparking new speculation about where the league's all-time leading scorer will play next. The latest twist came from Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr, who jokingly told the fan that the Warriors have already landed James. His lighthearted response quickly went viral and reignited discussions about a possible partnership between LeBron, Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green. While Kerr's comment was clearly made in jest, the Warriors do remain one of the teams most heavily linked to James. Reports continue to indicate that Golden State has kept its core intact while waiting for the NBA superstar to make his decision, with Draymond Green leading the recruitment effort and Curry openly expressing his interest in playing alongside his longtime rival. Meanwhile, Houston Rockets star Kevin Durant offered his own take on the situation. Although he admitted he does not know where James will end up, Durant believes 2 teams stand above the rest.
That's the million-dollar question I wish I knew.
In your heart of hearts, what do you think, honestly?
In my heart of hearts, if I had to choose one,
Yeah.
I would say Cleveland. But I think Philly got a big chance too.
Durant said a return to Cleveland would be a fitting homecoming for James, while Philadelphia's reloaded roster could also give the veteran forward another legitimate title opportunity. Still, Durant admitted that seeing James join forces with Curry in Golden State would be one of the most compelling stories in the NBA. Ryan Garcia will make the first defense of his WBC welterweight title against British contender Conor Benn on September 12 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The bout was confirmed by promoter Oscar De La Hoya and will be co-promoted by Golden Boy Promotions and Zuffa Boxing. Garcia captured the WBC belt earlier this year after outpointing Mario Barrios, while Benn earned his title shot after back-to-back wins over Regis Prograis and Chris Eubank Jr. The highly anticipated showdown will mark the first world title fight of Benn's career after months of trash talk between the two welterweights. Up next, he continues to earn the recognition on the international sports stage as a well-known sports leader. What do his latest honors mean for Philippine sports, and how can they help elevate the country's presence globally? Former Congressman Monico Puentevella joins us when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. Former Congressman Monico Puentevella continues to earn recognition for his contributions to Philippine and international sports, from becoming the first Filipino appointed to a key FIFA committee to receiving the Philippine Sports Writers Association's Lifetime Achievement Award. His impact in sports leadership continues to grow. Joining us now is former Congressman and Samahang Weightlifting ng Pilipinas President, Monico Puentevella. Congressman Monico, welcome back to The Scorecard and the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Maraming salamat po sa oras.
Maraming salamat. Madamo ka salamat. Mayong kapi sa tanan.
Kong Monico, you're wearing the FIFA blazer. Of course, you were a former FIFA director for TV, marketing, and media, and you just watched the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States. Kamusta naman po? Kwentuhan niyo naman po kami. How was your experience there?
Well, with God's grace, maraming biyaya ang nabigay sa akin. One of them is working for FIFA for 8 good, exciting years. I mean, as I came from a long way back, panahon pa nila Francis Elizalde, sila Alvarez, sila even the father of Ricky Razon. They were all the big people before in football, and I was already growing up in my early years with them. So this one, like Sunday is the finals, Spain and Argentina, is probably one of the most controversial FIFA World Cup ever done in recent years. Why do I say this? Because yung nanalo ang Argentina sa Egypt by 3-2. Egypt was leading by 2-0. Nag-score sila ng tatlo in 20 to 15 minutes. So there's a lot of controversy. So, but again, this probably makes the FIFA more exciting. And the next FIFA, 4 years from now, will be in Barcelona, in Paraguay, in Morocco. And I'm hoping and praying that you will be also watching like me. I brought my kids, my grandchildren, because I told them, you know, God is so close to me. I mean, I've been so blessed with FIFA. 8 years, every year I have to meet in Switzerland, and I've seen all of, as far as I'm alive, I've seen a lot of the World Cups, I think, except the one in Germany. So I brought them all to US to make them enjoy the passion and the noise and the excitement of the World Cup, which I hope you will do, because I know many years ago when I was in Russia for the World Cup, you interviewed me also when I came back.
Yes.
Oo, bata ka pa noon, bata rin ako siguro ng konti nasa Amerika. So I brought all my apo, they play good football, and dalawa, and all my children, para manood sila. They can feel the intensity. Iba. But this one on Sunday, you can, bahala na kayo, because Argentina and Spain, for me, I watched their games. Spain seems to be, well, you know, it's not different anymore. It's not the same after 4 years. Messi is not the same anymore. I mean, to miss 2 penalties in this recent World Cup is a no-no eh. I mean, kasi may edad na rin, everybody has, I mean, but the funny thing of this World Cup is those who are leaving the legend behind, si Ronaldo, si Neymar, si Ronaldo, si Neymar, si Messi, si Mbappe.
Yeah.
Yun sila lahat, naawa ako sa kanila because iba na. And then Messi, if he wins on Sunday, it's really a miracle. But it's going to be controversial, this one, because even the President of the United States, President Trump, calls President Infantino of FIFA and tells him, ibalik mo yung aming forward na suspend. Anong klaseng presidente nang sumasali na presidente sa FIFA? You know, these are things that mabuti na lang tinalo ang USA noon ng 4-1 ata ng Morocco. Kasi kung nanalo, sigurado maraming rereklamo kasi the President of the United States is also involved with the FIFA World Cup. So, para mabuti lang natalo nga. Okay lang. I mean, USA is getting stronger also in football, but it's still American football, baseball, ang kanilang talagang hilig. But again, you must watch the African countries. Senegal, Cabo Verde. You know, Cabo Verde's goalkeeper is probably the best in this World Cup. And they are from the squatters of Cabo Verde. These dark guys, you watch them in the next World Cup, Senegal. You watch Egypt, even Egypt now, 2-0, lamang sa defending champion. So, you know, it's a different kind. But I think the World Cup is getting bigger and bigger to the point na I hope it will not be destroyed by controversies, by politics. Kasi I came from way back. Matanda na si Abilans, matanda na si Blatter. I was with Blatter for 8 years, meeting every year sa Zurich. But iba na ngayon. I mean, it's getting richer. There will be more teams in 4 years. But again, let's talk about Philippines. I hope we can also, you know, in 1958, mabuting malaman nila, 1958 Asian Games, talo ang Japan sa Pilipinas sa football. Bilyonaryo, Doden, talo ang Japan. Now where is Japan? And every World Cup, nandyan ang Korea, nandyan ang Japan. Kaya natin, ang problema lang konting tulong pa. You know, like my kids from Negros, we went to Thailand in the southeast. Humingi ako sa Sports Commission. 6 years veteran ako, one of the oldest commissioners. Bata pa ako like yun sa commissioner. Ay, humingi ako ng konting tulong lang para sa mga probinsyano. Hindi kami binigyan. Parang I went to see the kids in Thailand. Tabla namin ng Thailand, talo namin ng Thailand. Pero these are 10 years old. These are the young ones. Itong mga batang Pinoy ang dapat itulak. That's why I'm sad that, although I know John Gutierrez is trying to do his best as the president, but, you know, bigyan natin ng chance din. Ang football is the world's most popular sport. Okay, what are we learning these days? Si Alex Eala, individual game. Si Kaloyulo, individual. Ang aking mga weightlifters were breaking world records left and right. Mga bata, individual. Basketball player to, alam ko. Pero basketball, volleyball, bigyan nyo rin na konti yung individual sports. Bigyan nyo naman. Kasi sasabihin nila, we will build more tennis courts. Ha? What we need are more tournaments. Ang daming bata sa probinsya. Mahusay, wala kaming tournament. I've been playing tennis since 9 years old. My late father was the junior national champion ng Pilipinas sa tennis. Kaya 9 years old, lumipat ako sa basketball. Mas maraming nanonood, mas maraming gwapa. So yun. I married my wife playing basketball. So yun. Pero, you know, go back to individual sports and then you tell me, we will build more tennis courts. 3 tennis courts sa Rizal. Ginawa yung isa, dahil mahal natin si Alex. Okay yun, I was there every night with Alex. Pero, build mo yung 3 tennis courts, ginawa yung isa. Tayo, dadagdag na naman kayo. I'm asking the Eala Group, you have succeeded in building Alex. Sponsor more tournaments. Maraming batang mahusay. It's not more tennis courts, more tournaments, more sponsorships.
Kong, you mentioned Alex Eala. You've known her since she was a kid. How happy are you with the success that she has achieved? 4th round in Wimbledon. Was this something that you saw coming at just 21 years old?
When Alex started with her late grandfather, si Frank Eala, who was working in Negros. And mind you, Michael, the father of Alex, is from Bacolod. He's from Negros, like me. Oh, kwan lang yan. That's why if you talk to him in Ilonggo, ay nako, puro-purong Ilonggo yan. But then I told him, Mike, hindi ako believe sa'yo as a coach in tennis. Baka matalo pa kita. Pero as a father, you are outstanding. Michael raised up a beautiful, sabi ko dito gwapo ka naman, wala ka pa pala. Yun, a beautiful, passionate ambassador for the Philippines. Alex, you know, when Alex was still small, you know, bata pa, I used to cheer with her in Vietnam. Then we went to sana kami ng China, and I challenged her, talunin mo nga itong si Xing, yung top 10 ng China. Kasi dinadaanan lang kami doon ni Alex na dalawa. Sabi ko, yabang yan. Kaya next Asian Games sa Nagoya, I'm praying that Alex will beat Xing, top 10 in the world yan. Tatalunin na yan ni Alex. But again, it's because of great parents. Kayo na mga magulang, alam natin, hindi magcha-champion kung hindi dahil sa inyo. Si Alex, kung wala sila Mike at si mami niya, wala kasi they really worked hard. Nagtrabaho. But si Lolo was really the best. Every time magkita kami sa Rotary, Nyuk naman, tulungan mo yung aking apo. I know. But malay ko ba, magiging center court sa Wimbledon? Ginoo Wimbledon. Kaya when I said, you can see a lot of pictures kasi idol ko na siya nung 14 pa lang siya, 15. Sabi ko, grabing bata na to. Ang problema lang, she's in one whole case, maganda, matangkad, mahusay magsalita. That's why I told you nga ikaw paray basketball Pero believe me, she is a gem. She is a jewel in this country. She has inspired everybody. But it's not building more tennis courts. It's helping build more tournaments. Kaya if Eala is identified with tennis, ituloy nyo sa Pilipinas, tournaments lang ang kailangan. And then, when you find good tennis players, paalisin nyo na dito. Bring them to Czechoslovakia. Sa Czechoslovakia, the finals of the World this year.
Yeah.
Si Mochova.
Linda Noskova, siya yung nanalo, 21 years old also. Yeah.
You don't have to spend money to go to Eala, to Frank Nadal, kay Nadal, kay Rafi Nadal, kay Rafa. You just bring them to Czechoslovakia. Mga 6 months lang. Ipakastigo nyo. Ipabira nyo ng gusto doon sa Czechoslovakia. That's how you build. Pero dito, sorry po. Kung dito lang sa Rizal Memorial, I'm sorry po. Build more tennis courts. Sorry po. That's why Alex is Alex because the parents really sacrificed. Dinala siya, 12 years old, 14 years old, sa kay Rafi Nadal, kay Rafa. Tingnan nyo. That is how Filipinos are. The only one I know who is an exception is Manny Pacquiao. Si Manny talaga gutom So, yung kumpare ko, but he's a gem. Manny is a legend. Forever, mahirapan na maghanap. Well, dito rin. That's why I salute the parents of Alex. And taga-Negros din yan. Gagawin namin adopted child of Negros. Simula ang tatay niya sa Victoria, si Cignal lolo niya. Kept telling me, tulungan mo ang papo ko. Okay. Malay ko kung alam ko lang mag-Wimbledon yan. Center court, susunod pa.
Kong, thank you so much for continuing the tradition of always speaking and sharing your experience after FIFA World Cup. Thank you so much, Kong Monaco.
I thank the Lord for bringing me here tonight. I just got off the plane from Bangkok because of weightlifting. You watch weightlifting, you watch tennis, you go to the Asian Games because you deserve to be there. Sa inyong tanan, maraming salamat to the Lord. I'm so blessed. World Cup, everything. I'm so blessed. That's why I know if I go, mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
At mabuhay ka rin po, former congressman and president of Samahang Weightlifting ng Pilipinas, Monaco Puentevella here on The Scorecard. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and good night.